Imagine getting the chance to reunite with one of the greatest rock bands in history. Van Halen, packed stadiums, millions of fans, and a place in rock legend. But one guitarist shocked everyone by saying no, and the reason behind it might surprise you. The history of rock music is full of legendary reunions, dramatic breakups, and surprising decisions. But few stories have fascinated fans as much as the time a famous guitarist reportedly turned down the chance to reunite with one of the most iconic rock bands in history, Van Halen. For decades, Van Halen defined the sound of hard rock with their electrifying performances, unforgettable guitar riffs, and larger-than-life personalities. When rumors began circulating about a possible reunion, fans around the world felt a surge of excitement. The idea of seeing the band return to the stage together once again seemed like a dream finally coming true. Van Halen's legacy was built on the groundbreaking guitar work of Eddie Van Halen, whose innovative playing style changed rock music forever. His technique, energy, and creativity inspired countless musicians and helped shape the sound of the late 1970s and 1980s rock scene. Alongside powerful vocals, energetic stage presence, and unforgettable songs like Jump, Panama, and Hot for Teacher, the band created a reputation that few groups could match. Even decades after their peak popularity, their music continued to influence new generations of fans and guitar players. Because of this legendary status, talk of a reunion was always bound to spark massive attention. Fans imagined packed arenas, classic songs performed live again, and the revival of the chemistry that once made Van Halen unstoppable. Behind the scenes, however, things were never simple. The band had experienced numerous internal conflicts over the years, including disputes between band members, disagreements about creative direction, and the constant pressure that comes with worldwide fame. As discussions about a reunion began to circulate, insiders revealed that several musicians were considered for the guitar role in a potential new lineup. The expectation was enormous, because stepping into a position associated with Eddie Van Halen would require both exceptional skill and tremendous confidence. One guitarist in particular caught the attention of organizers and fans alike. Known for his technical brilliance and respected throughout the rock and metal community, he seemed like a perfect fit to help bring the band's music back to life on stage. But in a move that surprised many people, the guitarist reportedly declined the opportunity. According to sources close to the situation, the decision was not made lightly. Being invited to participate in a Van Halen reunion would be considered one of the greatest honors for any rock musician. Yet the guitarist understood the weight of the legacy involved. Eddie Van Halen was not just another guitarist. He was a pioneer whose influence defined an entire era of music. Replacing, or even temporarily filling that role, could easily become controversial. Fans often have strong emotional connections to original band members, and any attempt to recreate that magic can sometimes feel like an impossible task. The guitarist reportedly felt that stepping into Eddie's place might shift attention away from honoring the band's true legacy and, instead, create comparisons that no musician would truly want. Another factor was respect. Many musicians admired Eddie Van Halen not only for his skill, but also for his creativity and unique personality. His playing style was instantly recognizable, blending technical precision with a sense of joy and experimentation. Attempting to replicate that style could feel uncomfortable for someone who had built their own musical identity over the years. Rather than imitate a legend, the guitarist preferred to remain true to his own artistic path. At the same time, the guitarist was already deeply involved in other projects. Successful musicians often balance touring schedules, recording commitments, and collaborations with other artists. Joining a high-profile reunion like Van Halen would require a massive investment of time and energy. Tours of that scale involve months of preparation, rehearsals, and worldwide travel. Accepting the role could mean stepping away from other creative opportunities that the guitarist valued just as much. Fans reacted with mixed emotions when the news spread. Some people admired the decision, viewing it as a sign of humility and respect for Van Halen's legacy. Others felt disappointed, imagining how incredible it would have been to see the band return to the stage with a new generation of guitar talent. Social media quickly filled with debates, speculation, and passionate opinions from fans across the globe. The story also highlighted an important truth about legendary bands. Music history is often defined by the unique chemistry between specific individuals. When those original members are no longer able to perform together, recreating the same magic becomes incredibly difficult. Even if the music can technically be played by other talented musicians, the emotional connection that fans remember may never feel exactly the same. For the guitarist who declined the opportunity, the decision seemed to come down to authenticity. Instead of trying to step into the shadow of one of rock's greatest innovators, he chose to continue building his own musical journey. In the world of rock and roll, where ego and competition often dominate headlines, that kind of thoughtful choice stood out. The possibility of a Van Halen reunion may always remain one of those fascinating what-if moments in rock history. Fans will likely continue imagining how it might have looked, sounded, and felt if the project had moved forward with a new lineup. Yet the story also serves as a reminder that music is about more than just performances and tours. It is about legacy, respect, and the personal decisions artists make when faced with extraordinary opportunities. Even today, the influence of Van Halen remains powerful. Young guitarists still study Eddie's techniques, fans still blast the band's classic songs, and the legend of their explosive live performances continues to inspire musicians around the world. Whether or not a reunion ever happens again, the band's place in rock history is already secured. And sometimes, the decisions that never lead to a concert stage become just as interesting as the performances themselves.